Right, first thing we're going to do is create a menu directory because we don't have one, not by default. New Android resource directory, and change this to menu, and just go OK. Right, now we have a menu directory. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this code here out of the document I'm giving you. There's an XML part and a Java part. So I'm just going to grab the XML part here and copy that. And I'm going to say menu, new, menu resource file. And I'm going to call it, let's say, menu demo. Call it anything you like. And go OK. And then in the code, I'm just going to overwrite the code I just copied. Okay, now the next thing I need to do is add some code to the main activity in order for this menu to appear. So I'm going to have to change some code as well. So here's my Java here. It's two new methods that I'm adding to the activity. So two new methods, so there's the onCreate. So I'm going to paste in here, do my Alt Enter, and toast. Now I called mine menu demo, I believe, so I'm just going to change that to. Okay, so now I'm going to run that and see what it looks like. Right, so now you can see that I have three menu items. Test 1, Test 2 and Test 3. So let's just look at that menu demo for a second again. There's the first one, Test 1, Test 2, Test 3. Now, this I can have if room and other couple of options, but I either use if room or never. So if I say never, and I run it again, you will see now that it doesn't show in the menu. Okay, it's in what they call the overflow. Test 2 is the layer, Test 3 is the layer, but the first one is in the overflow. Now, this order and category means saying basically this gets priority 3, this gets priority 2, priority 1 in the actual listing, and not necessarily in the order that they appear in the code. So you can actually see that for yourself. So Test 1 is actually the third one, if you know what I mean. So because it's got priority 1. Okay, and Test 3, it gets the first place, even though it's the third in the code. Okay, that's one thing. Maybe I'd like to have an icon instead of an actual word like Test 2. So to do that, I can do something like this. So, and I could choose one, or what we could actually do is make one. So I could go to drawables here, and I could say new, and I want to create a vector asset. And we'll just call this guy Android, and we'll change his color to green or something, and go on next, and finish, and then we'll just have a look, see if he's there. Android, so I can just go here, Android icon equals, and I want this. So we'll try and run that again now and see what that looks like. So now you can see that basically Test 2 has been replaced with an icon, Test 3 is still there, and never, as I've placed here for Test 1, doesn't show actually in the action bar. Now that's the XML part. I just want to show you the Java part. So this part here inflates the menu that I wish to have in this activity, and this handles the onClicks. So in this particular one, I said if its ID is Test 1. So really what we're looking at here is, there's the ID for the first one. Okay. So it's called Test 1 in the title, and its ID is Test 1, but it could be different. So when I click on this item, it should actually make a toast and then return true. So what you really do is, if you wanted to open up a new intent or something like that, you'd replace the toast with whatever you want to do and always return true, and do an if statement for each of your menu items. So just to run that for the moment, if you look here and I click on test 1, it's showing me the toast test 1. So there you have it, in a nutshell, of basically how to put an icon or a text and how to add the menu to the activity, and then how to detect a click. Okay, so that's the basics of the menus.